Right, dear people. Welcome in the next episode of Kardamom Chili. This is Vera, holistic business photographer, one of your hosts, and
I am Heike. I am a mindset for business coach and help you with what it says on the tin with your mindset for your business, especially in branding and how it all fits together with your mindset and how you behave and where you want to go and what you want to achieve.
all which lines nicely with the last episode when we were talking about everything which we like to do and not so much we should do.
Yes. Living our authentic life. I know this word is overused, but give me another word which is so straightforward.
But that's it is. You only be you, everything else is taken.
Yeah, that's very true.
But speaking of logistics and pragmatics and other linguistic stuff, what is our topic today?
Language. Once again, language. Not that language, although I love to swear. So especially since I'm Scotland, it makes it sound so much better than in German. But yeah, it's actually language. And it's the point that, well, there is one very, very specific thing in NLP, which is one of the pillars. And that's a presupposition. And that is called there are no resistant clients, only inflexible communicators. And actually, Vera and I want to talk about this today and put it into perspective, because we are constantly, when we talk, which you might have seen or respectively heard in our last episodes when you're following us for a longer time, we are constantly explaining to each other what we actually mean. And then we find out we mean the same thing.
And it's quite fascinating. And what I've learned, and it probably never-ending story actually with learning, but do not assume.
Yep.
Things which are obvious in your head for you are not necessarily the same in someone else in their head. The definition which is put into the words again depends on pretty much everything. So I found it fascinating. I mean, I actually really believe that your customers, our customers, are the same. They are people. They are people. They've got their own expertise. They are fabulous at what they do, because at least that's my customers. They're brilliant experts, and they know their expertise. And they talk to their clients, assuming that the clients knows. And the circle go on and on.
Yeah, very much so. It's very interesting because I did an experiment in the last weeks that I asked a couple of people in my network if they do understand what I do. Because the whole time when I'm introducing myself, it seems to be fairly clear because I always deliver the explanation of how coaching, NLP, and branding fits together. However, my messaging seems to be very off because people understand that I'm coaching, that I'm doing NLP, and that I'm doing branding, but they don't connect the dots. How and why these are perfect with each other. They are the perfect married couple. So, well, threesome, but
not a great analogy, so just move swiftly away.
Well, depending on the culture in which you are, it's acceptable, but hey ho. Nevertheless, it is actually the perfect marriage. And so I am really working hard on making my messaging better and clearer. And one of the things I struggle with, and I know that you have the same, is that we are in our heads. It is very logical to us. And we even explain it. And still, there is something missing for others that they don't understand what we do. So one of the things is to work on the ineffectiveness of our messaging.
Agreed. And the most ironic to me is that we both are actually helping people to get their messages spot on, and we do.
Mm-hmm.
We succeed. That's a perfect. It's like, but again, to me, it's a proof why we need each other. Like in the bigger sense, why you need someone else from outside of your head to help you with this.
Yes.
Because the way you see yourself, the way you perceive the world is very subjective.
Yeah. And our brains always filter things and translates something that we hear to what we want and need to understand, and not what has been actually said or what the other person actually meant. So in Vera and mine communication, it's always like, what do you mean? Because we need to clarify things. And I frankly do not think it's a problem based on language, because we are two different nations and speak one additional language on top of that. I don't think that's the problem, but more because of our map of the world, because Vera means something else than I mean, but we think the same. And it's in NLP, you have this amazing example of, imagine a chair. Every one of us knows what a chair is. Every one of us has a picture in their minds. But how does that chair actually look like? And that is where the difference is. Mine might be an elaborate Game of the Thrones throne. Whilst, I don't know, Vera, what would be yours?
No, not at all. Mine would be totally different one. Quite simple one, comfortable, but simple. That would be my chair.
But someone else might have one of those one-legged stools that you put under when you milk the cows. So
that's, for example, I really love working with people in the basis of, mood boards and visual aids to help them to give me ideas what they mean by blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
Because funnily enough, what you do, it's quite innovative and unique in sense that that's why people struggling with putting dots, I think, because ingredients are known, but combination and flavor you deliver, it's quite spicy.
Yeah, I think it's maybe like, remember when the chocolates came out that all of a sudden had pepper and sea salt in it? And everyone was like, ew, how can you? How dare you? And although
then
the
try
Aztecs, that ancient civilization, they already had chocolatl, which was a spicy cocoa. It didn't even have sugar in it. So it was just coming back to some roots that we had several thousand years ago. But it is very much this thing of someone tries something, combines things that are unusual in themselves, like cardamom and chili.
Yep.
Oh, we never told that, actually. We never spoke
did.
about
we
that.
never did.
No, when we were speaking about the...
Oh, that's a good one. Okay. I thought that's for another one, but that's...
No, that actually fits so perfectly well, because...
Go ahead.
I remember you saying, how do they fit together?
Yeah,
and I said, remember that hot chocolate I made? And you were like, oh yeah, that was so good. There was cardamom and chili in it, and lots of sugar, and some cinnamon as well, I think. But we also discussed if we would call it cinnamon and what was it? But each time when I say cinnamon, I have something geeky in my mind that doesn't go away from Big Bang Theory when a dog called Cinnamon got lost and they imitated an Indian accent.
It wouldn't work.
Yeah, each time when I say cinnamon now or hear the word, I have this cinnamon in my mind.
It wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. Yeah.
But cardamom and chili fit actually perfectly together, especially when you try it in a hot chocolate. It is, sorry.
No, it's go ahead. I just get excited because actually it's you're right that we forgot about the story. We meant to tell the story about how we came up with the name like a few times already, and it fits perfectly here. But that's the main reason. Also, it's not obvious, but they do fit together, and that's the whole idea about this podcast as well. We talk about things which are maybe not so obvious on the first glance, but actually they do work great
I have
together.
another one. Yes. And I have another one. Do you love sushi? It doesn't matter if it's vegetarian, vegan, with fish, with whatever you want to eat. Many people say, oh, yes. Did you know, though, that the main ingredients in sushi rice consist of a lot of sugar, and white sugar, that is, quite some substantial amount of salt, and vinegar. So people who are usually averse to eating sugar and vinegar together, if you would serve them something like this, obviously in a vinaigrette or a salad sauce, they are like, ew, how can you, blah, blah, blah. But sushi, it's in every sushi that you eat. And when you make it at home, which is much better, by the way, and much cheaper than buying something, especially when you're vegetarian/vegan like me, you find yourself putting a tablespoon of sugar, a teaspoon of salt, and 1 tablespoon of vinegar into a cup of cooked rice. And it tastes bloody amazing. It's one of the best things in the world to have when you're a sushi fan, to have sushi. And it's all in there. It fits in together perfectly. And that's exactly where, stop grinning. Why are you grinning?
I can't stop myself. I'm sorry. Like, there's the best things when you love sushi to have sushi.
Yeah, okay, that was nonsensical. But
I just love it. I get you. See, but that's again back to the communication. I do know what you mean. And that's why I was grinning. That's why it makes me so laugh. And
the next time when we meet, I need to make my sushi full on.
Please. Oh. But that's again, exactly, that's the communication. And when you build relationship with people, when you do work with your people, and they are customers, they are coming back customers, you spend time with them, and you start getting these weird things that like, oh, you mean, and it's just laughing as we did right now. And that's what is amazing. That's what is great about being in business, getting to know people, helping them with communication, because I'm being stuck so many times, and there's, me blabbing around and moving and making faces and moving my hands. And Heike is like, yeah, you mean da. Yeah. But it took her, 2 seconds to get to the point, and I've spent last 10 minutes trying to explain myself. But
that's the magic of having someone else from the outside trying to look into the inside.
Yeah, it's just you're not ever be able to see yourself as others see. And again, that's what bonds us together, because you help people to see themselves as the outside world sees them, but at the same time bring whatever they want to present and blend it together in the sense of creating their mindset with business world and making this all new, shiny,
wholesome.
Yeah.
And
the same what I do with photography, when not only, that doesn't really, but let's say I'm not creating anything who they are not.
Yeah.
I'm helping to bring something which already exists, put it into visuals, and help to deliver. So helping to put together message with the visual stuff.
Yeah. We both bring a holistic approach to, we are indeed marrying the things together. And I'm completely irritated. So we are usually on Zoom recording this, and Vera has a background where she has a slideshow of her photos. And there's one photo in particular, which is the combination composition. It's just utterly perfect, because she has placed the client in front of a white window with a white frame, and he's wearing a black jumper and is holding his product in his hand. And he has such a nice, wholesome smile on his face. And the whole composition of the photo is so focused on him and what he can express. The whole photo speaks a whole story in itself. And there is not much else needed than that. And that is, again, this essential luxury that you can put into the stuff that you have. You really bring out the essentials, what's really important, what really matters. And that's the person and the love for what they do.
Hmm.
Am I right?
You just left me speechless. Happens sometimes.
Oh, how did I do this? Damn, how did I do this?
It is. I was also trying to add with the client's resistance and communication and inability to communicate well. I came up with something some time ago, and that's what it is. It's we both have ability to translate what is in the heads, to bring it to the life.
Yep.
Or to interpret what someone wants vaguely.
What wants to come out?
Yeah, to the actual physical word.
Mm-hmm.
Saying that because that make me laugh as with my linguistic background and being an interpreter, it actually made me laugh that actually whatever you do in your life brings you to what you end up with. Because as interpreter, that was my job. Translate from one source to another and be on the middle.
Yeah.
And as holistic photographer, it's exactly the same. It just right now bringing visions to the earth. But again, helping people translate their ideas to the reality.
I love this. So you bring the intangible. You translate the intangible into something tangible. Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good. See? Or you interpret the dreams to the existence. That's also quite a good one. Again, and you do exactly the same.
Yeah.
That was actually, that was bounding us together. But amazing thing is that's what people struggle. Like every single customer, they just they don't know words, or they use words or descriptions or something not the way they should be understood. As we struggle the same, like,
yeah,
as you were mentioning, like, we know exactly what we do, but people not getting it because the interpretation and translation is slightly mixed up, and again, it's lost really somewhere.
Yeah. So the conclusion is basically always have someone with whom you can bounce ideas back and forth, and get a coach. Mm-hmm. Get a coach as soon as possible in your journey. Yeah. And if you never had one and are in business for 10 years and you feel mad towards your business, then it's time you get a coach.
It's generally, that's the one thing. The other thing, really have a good circle of people around, and the different ones, the ones which will help you grow professionally. Because at least I know when I'm getting lazy with my photography, it's not getting upgraded. And I don't like that. I want challenge. So people who will tell me that, oh, your photos are amazing. Thank you very much. But it's not adding a lot. So I need better photographer tell me, listen, this composition is almost perfect. But if you will squint that like 2 millimeters and crop that would maybe tell better story. And I'm like, damn right. I don't like what you're saying, but you're right.
That's exactly the reaction you have with a coach, when they say something to you and I hate you so much right now, but damn, you're right.
That's the thing. So you need people who challenge you, who sees you, who sees you in the best light.
Yeah.
Intended. Who focus on your strength. Another good one. And he'll bring you from the shadows.
Come on, another one. Come on.
No. I think I'm done. That's 3 good ones in one episode. Come on.
Yeah, okay. I need to give you that.
So, back to the thing. We all need people around, and we all need great inspiration to be better at what we are good. Or even if we are excellent, because probably we are, we need people to keep us on track.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's why a real friend tells you also, listen, I have your back, but that was fucking stupid what you did there.
That's true. Absolutely true. Yep. So to summarize our communication episode, one tip to make communication more effective. What would you say?
I would say try to put your map of the world aside. So be objective and ask the questions. Why someone said something. You don't even need to ask them, but ask yourself, okay, why is this person reacting like this? What could have happened?
Mm.
And what did the person really say? What did I hear? So take yourself out of the equation and take your ego away and really try to listen and understand what the other person wants to say.
It's a good one, because I was a bit scared when you say ask the questions that you're stealing my one. Hoofed. Because I would ask the question, but I'm bold. I'm being more bold. I actually learned to ask questions and clarify with the person.
Yeah, you can do this also, but also try yourself.
Yeah. But so I've done your way quite a long time, but I just realized I will still not have enough data.
Yeah.
So right now I'm learning myself to be bold, sometimes maybe really annoying for people, but also not assuming, and ask if I'm not sure, if I don't know, just admit that I'm not getting it. It's nothing wrong with it. And check with the actual right person. Go to the source.
Yeah.
And ask and clarify and make sure that you are on the same page.
Yeah.
Because as you were saying, listening is another good one. Really, we are so different. And our idea of the world is so different, which is awesome. But check with others.
It is awesome because it also delivers the challenges to challenge your own thinking and to grow and evolve. Or say, nah, fuck it, I have my opinion, and this is my opinion, and will always be my opinion. And 5 minutes later, you change it anyway, so...
Oh, well. And you're allowed to. You're allowed to change your opinion, especially opinion. Righty. That was fun today.
Yes. The one time. No, just kidding.
It's always
we always
fun.
have fun.
Not sure we mentioned that probably with other episodes already, but if not, if you would like to be our guest, if you would like to apply, please go to the website. Everything is on the links around, below, on the sites, whatever platform you're listening to us. There's some information. Please apply. Tell us why you would love to join this brilliant conversations, and we will bring you in, isn't it?
Yes, we will.
Oh, yeah.
The new victim.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Too much Dungeons and Dragons.
I had too much sugar, maybe.
As well.
I'm not used to sugar, so maybe I had too much yesterday and today. Yeah, and with that, Thank you so much for listening. I hope you had fun. Now you finally know in this episode how Kardamom and Chili kind of came together, quite literally. And yeah, now you can obviously state the question, who's Kardamom and who's Chili of us both? But we leave this to you.
We should ask them. We should ask. I know who I am, but we should ask them what they think.
Okay, but we cannot be both. So
we can.
We can be both Kardamom and no. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, till next time.
Until next time. Bye.
Bye.